Boom. It's your boy, and he's here to do the stream. Kind of want to think of a rhyme to be mean, but I can't, and I don't know why. I'm suddenly stuttering, and I on the fly. Anyways, welcome to the stream. Hi, hello, your boy. Yo, what's up, Melissa? How it do? Long time no see. The goal today is to get farther in the letter. Hopefully with enough time for us to finish the letter by next week. And or if we beat it today, what a shocking surprise. But apparently I got 6 hours left, so I don't know if that's going to happen. You're on the work Wi-Fi first time. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Wi-Fi good, usually. But if the Wi-Fi bad, then not much we can do about it, right? How's sound, by the way? Is sound mucho bueno? Yeah, save that cash money. What up, Leslie? How it do? Also, hi, Gaia. I didn't say hi before. Sounds good? Okay. Chat down and OB. Oh my god. Every effing time. Thank you, Leslie. 1 second. Give me 1 sec as I attempt to fix this bitch. How did I fix it? Did it work? Are we mucho Gucci? Let's see how it goes. So I have to do this thing where I have to double click on the chat box in OBS each time and wait like 2 seconds. Which is the stupidest thing. But thank you for pointing it out, because I would have never noticed otherwise. I'd say I will try to determine the problem, but I would hate to lie to you all, so. Anyways, let's start the game, because apparently we have a lot to do still. Things that we missed last time. Alright, I forgot about the spooky noise. So yeah, Hannah's possessed. Possessed Hannah may have negative consequences. We babysat Kylie. She drew us a scary picture. In conclusion, Luke's actions will now have some consequences. The end. I want to see what this new thing is. Oh, yeah. Basically, Leslie. Yeah, we keep seeing this chick who's super into us. I'm expecting today to be like super horror, like, you know, the most scary things possible. Anything spooky happen? Kylie drew a really, really weird picture of her, Luke, and like a bloody, dead, walking corpse thing. And that was weird. That's probably the scariest thing that happened. We keep seeing the ghost in Hannah's body, but we don't know if it's in Hannah's body. Sometimes we do. It fucking doesn't know. And, yeah, basically the world's getting corrupted now at this point. So I think this is going to be all horror stream all the time. Bathroom, yeah, ballroom with the 1800s. We saw that. Yep. Good call, Leslie. It's November 1st today. So, it's the last day, quote unquote, but apparently this day is super long, which would make sense, because, you know, the most important day. And apparently November 1st is like a holiday in England. It's like All Saints Day or something like that. So let's start. Questions, ask. Yo, what up, Nico? How it do? Long time no see. Well, I mean, I saw you last week, but humor me for now. Okay, let's read. All Saints Day. Thank you, Gaia. I think I got that right. Yo, got him. Okay, I'm gonna read. Beyond unfathomable reason, my consciousness refuses the pull of the waking world, choosing to linger in the pits of a dream, gradually drawing me deeper into unknown depths. Somehow, even if it might mean I may never open my eyes, I allow them.
You do not belong there, my prince.
So that, I just realized my volume is at like 50, which I normally play this at like 20, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I was like, that was super loud. Cool. Now that I mind getting a few extra hours of sleep, of course, the bed's more comfortable as it is after a excruciating day yesterday. Babysitting Kylie in the stress of finding an intruder in my own home. We keep thinking that the ghost is an intruder. FYI. I think I may deserve a break, every once in a while, especially after going through all that in a single day. I can only be on the receiving end of so many unexpected things with a span of a few hours, you know? As great as a host and a person I am, my patience has its limits too. Although there's still that problem with Hana, I haven't forgotten, of course, but that's why I hired Shrocken. He's competent enough. He won't even last a day in my service if he's any lesser than those half-wits who think they can deceive me with sweet words. He's more than capable of working his own without guidance. Let the butler take care of the little problem with Hana while Hana.
You do not need her. I am here.
She raises a compelling point.
We are here.
And there's two of them? Fuck yeah.
This is where your home is. You know, for the blood we share.
Nice.
Come back to us.
Nice. How long has it been since? Luke is an ectoplasmic. Blood we share is a good point, Nico. Very, very interesting for sure. Johannes has never taken this long before.
Surely there should have been an update by now, right?
I don't think so, but we don't know who Luke's. No, we know who Luke's father and mother are, though. So it would be weird. I mean, it's not impossible, but it would be weird. So why is it though?
Please don't go.
Me do the chat, am I right? What's going on that we need an update on? Well, can you define that question better, Melissa? That's going over my head right now. It's probably an easey answer too. I just don't know what you're talking about currently.
Bloody hell, the cretins I've surrounded myself with.
Isn't that enough reason to force myself out of bed? Oh yeah, so Hana is super possessed, as you know, and then Hana is has burning skin. You touch her and stuff like that. So we think she's super sick. So she's in the hospital right now. Oh, Johannes took her to the hospital. Sorry, I should have told you that point. That is very important. So there you go. This screen lasted way longer than I expected. My eyes fly open, expecting the warm rays of sunlight filtering through the curtains, only be greeted by a blinding flash of light and a loud boom of thunder that sounded nearly too close to my ears. This was Resident Evil all along. I mean, honestly, at this rate, all this rain but no umbrella in sight. Strong gusts of wind occasionally burst in through the open balcony door, bringing in drizzles of cold rain into the room. I must have left it open earlier before dozing off. The carpet and the floor closest to it is already drenched. Hana's going to be so cross when she sees this. Not that it's an immediate problem. If anything, it's the power outages we should be minding first. With the intruder still at large, steering through this darkness may be more fatal than multiple stab wounds or gunshot to the chest.
Oh, great. The power's still out. That is exactly what I need right now. Yes.
It's this storm, of course. I should have moved back to the penthouse to weather it much more comfortable settings. Already I can hear the creaking groans of this old place as rain beats against the windows.
Johans! Has someone been sent to take the circuit breaker yet?
No answer.
Johans?
Silence.
Shroken! Someone! Anyone?
Friedberger. Still nothing, and my cordial mood was quickly dissipating.
Where are those idiots when you need them?
It's really wonder why he hasn't fixed this yet. Was I really out that long? Can't be. It's only been a few hours before midnight. The time my wristwatch is anything to go by. As I've forgotten to change it after that long overseas trip a month ago. Honestly, I'm more surprised he knows their names. Well, I mean, he knows the names of two people, so, pros and cons. Though the delay is understandable, he went looking for Hana as he promised. I will say though, Luke is surprisingly good at remembering names, because he remembered Pink Girl. Well, let me rephrase that. He's surprisingly good at remembering details, because he remembered Pink Girl by face when he saw her again. He remembered, what was his title for, he remembered Isabella. He basically remembered the entire cast, except for Ash, if I remember correctly, at least. He remembered Marianne. I think he remembered Zach, sweating racism, sweating, but I think he remembered everybody except for Ashton. But bloody hell, my safety is also at stake. Cursing, I stay still, letting my eyes try and adjust to the darkness while my hands fumble up for my slippers. If that butler is going to fix this, I may as well order the security posted outside to do it. Probably there's a blown fuse. Anyone with a brain can repair one. Wearing my jacket with footwear finally on, I make it for the door. Although in haste, I pause briefly when a gleam catches my eye. One of my drawers underneath the clutter I've yet to organize, and the muzzle of the gun peeks out. Hana's never openly commented my possession of it, but I know she does not approve of it, knowing the bloody firearms policy in this nation. Of course, I never found much use for it in the 7 years we've been together, otherwise she would have already had thrown it out years ago. Doesn't mean it won't be useful right now. Without second thought, I seize it, sending the stuff piled above it onto the floor. Whatever. I'll get to it later. This blackout problem should be resolved first. Right next to my missing security detail, as it turns
Where
out.
the fuck did everyone go?
There were two, weren't there? Shrocken had 2 blokes posted to stand guard for the night. I may be panicking for a bit earlier, but I'm not quite sure I haven't gone delusional yet. What, did both of them decide to take a break? Because they think the master's already sound asleep and won't be looking for
Damn
them?
nitwits.
I know assassinations rarely happen. I know assassinations happen very rarely these days, and even the last time that peaceful sleep like Luxembourg bollocks. It's been a woman going in and out of this place uninvited, who may or may not want a knife in my back. Isn't that enough reason to stay alert? I'm fairly certain Shrocken wouldn't just enlist their help just for this power outage, only to leave me unprotected. We have a difficult friendship, so to speak, but I doubt that man is an opportunist. I'm holding the lives of his family in my hands. Ooh, shit. He knows what I'm capable of. He's not stupid enough to do anything that'll endanger them and save himself only. So where then? Only my footsteps echo along the dark passage, and I'm left gripping the handle of my pistol in some sort of comfort. Yo, Jim, what it do? Welcome to the horror-y part of the horror stream. Without proper lighting and the storm still raging outside, the stories I've heard about this place seem to have some truth to it. Same. If I'm reaching and wishing to entertain myself for a bit, I'll say there might be ghosts whispering in my ears calling. Yo, I know it, man. Of course, it's just the wind and the trees rustling outside. Like, why else would you come to the best horror stream IRL? LOL. Nothing good will come of allowing those thoughts to linger when problems are piling up in front of me one after another. Especially when it greets me once I get to the foyer. Though it's dark. Ooh, I kinda wanna read this one. I'll be real. Okay, so this happens. Yo, what's up, Ghost Scream? What? Good thing. So, okay, so the reason why we don't see Johannes is because he is currently knocked out by this exchange. Why he does this exchange, we don't know yet. Though it's dark, the large windows illuminate the area much more easily than any of the other rooms. That's where I stand at the top of the stairs. I can easily make the reforms recognize them even. It's all gone crazy when these intruders came into my house. I'm no stranger to a cop playing dirty. The smart ones know that neither life nor criminals are going to play fair. But if one of this WOG's sort is on this, I'm not surprised too. But Lily, the estate agent, she doesn't seem the sort. And Daisy too? What will Kylie think of her Miss Pink if the poor tyke finds out about this? Not to mention Mint. Hana trusted her. I trusted her to be a professional at the very least, for fuck's sake. Top it all off, they have the nerve to look surprised when I announce
Well, what have we here? If I were any less sober, I'd say this is the beginning of a joke.
I guarantee he does the exchange because he thought Isabella was a creepy woman around the property. I can see it. Bloody trespassers. What is wrong with these people? They really think I'll be fine with them walking into my house like this? What are they even doing in here? If I didn't know any better, they might also be behind Hana's.
That's right, my love.
I hate him so much for refusing to use people's real names. Yeah, he's a... Trust me, we can list on list fucking sins of Luke. They must have a mother.
Make them pay.
It better be a good one.
Not to us.
Or a ball in the head is the least all of them will deserve.
Let's see. A photographer, a high school teacher, a real estate agent, an interior designer walk into a mansion.
It's a good joke. Thunder cracks once again, cutting me off. This time it hits close enough that it nearly feels as if the windows and the ground itself are rumbling. All is deathly still for a moment. Won't let me stop. I don't let it stop me, however, as I slowly make my way towards them, taking one careful step at a time, relishing the expression of fear in their eyes. I suppose there's something ominous in this setting, with the heavy rain outside and the lack of light here. I kinda like it, to be honest. Add something to the atmosphere. I suppose I must look like the villain now. But short of me getting close to them, a noise to my left distracts me, briefly halting my movement while curiosity takes over every murmurs in my head. And it's a good thing, perhaps, that I did, because as soon as I look up, I see him. Another trespasser. Great. Just as he's about to jump down from the furniture, it looks that has somehow ended up piled and blocking the door to the parlor. What happened there? And do you really think it's alright to do that in other people's house? Why?
Teach him, my lord. Put him in his place.
My hand's already moving behind any rationale can stop me. Fingers firm on my gun when I finally realize the safety from it and take aim. Finally release the safety from it, not at him, but at his friends. They are his, aren't they? Why else would they be here together? Doesn't matter. He won't let the people he cares about be harmed. My finger on the trigger is more than itching to shoot, but I hold back. Sure, I could have taken aim at him, but more than seeing him bleed, I want to see the expression on his face once he realizes everything he's done is futile. He's trapped. Lives are in my hand. His life's in
Had
my
I
hand.
known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. People these days, in my own home. Can you believe it? I feel so left out.
I can tell the exact moment the realization dawns on him. A short second of his body freezing and blood draining his face as soon as his feet hits the floor and he looks up. He's already a prey trapped in his own recklessness.
Pathetic.
And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is? Oh, we're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Oh, please, what?
Becca's right, sir. We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight. Don't worry, I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman. Can't say the same for the rest of you, but really now. I swear the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy.
Privacy? We know we're not American now.
This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
Just a passing remark, of course. I'm not stupid enough to do something that'll bring negative attention to myself. Reputation and all that. I just can't risk it. The thought of having dead bodies here, ones that I might be responsible for, they're the ones who trespassed. It's already quite too much. It'd literally be overkill, especially for someone like me. Nevertheless, joke or not, Feathers wastes no time drawing his gun at the slight wave of my own. I am very confused, because he has one conversation. This is all to himself, so he has no reason to lie to himself. So one sentence, he's like, I would fucking massacre all these people. And the other line to himself, he's like, I wouldn't kill. That would be bad for my rep. And both are in-character statements. But he is very non-committed in the last, 20 seconds. Even if he knows it's already too late. Still, he glares at me. His character's a mess? Well, his character and my life have stuff in common, I guess. Right, I said I'll let the scene play before I give too much commentary. So he fights back.
Now, Feathers. Manners.
I will definitely comment on Luke's redemption, but I have to see a little bit more, because it's going to be a repeat of last time otherwise.
You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
Also, sorry if I cough a little bit. I have this something in my throat, phlegmy-wise. I'm trying to get it out. It's no desperation that I'm hoping. Just an annoyance flickering shortly before being hidden underneath the challenge. The likes of him are the kind of people I hate the most. Even with their failures already glaring down at them, mocking every worthless move they make, they have the impotence to stare people in the eye.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Computers died back when he was at his bed, and we've taken quite a turn. Yeah, this is basically what happened at the end of Ash's chapter 2. So,
Oh, he talks back the gall.
I think this is word for word.
You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Annoying. Most of the time, like a damn pest can't get rid of. To some degree, it is commendable. I'll give him that. After all, we're almost the same in that regard. Almost. I'm still the better person, of course. He tells me to put the gun down, but I see no reason why I should. I'm a homeowner and the fence is my home. I have the right to, I'd like to think. Questionable permit of firearms aside. It's not that like I wanted this, but I'm already high-strung and their presence does not help. Bloody peasants. I can never seem to figure how their minds fully work. Take this one, for example. Despite the pride brimming in him, how he matches my glare with one of his own, he slowly lowers his pistol after a long second, not in surrender. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closest he can get to lowering his own ego in favor of something I can't quite place. Interesting. Gotta admit, I'm almost disappointed.
As you should be, my lord.
I look at him to hold until one of us shoots the other. Can't say it'll be more exciting that way. A bullet inside any part of my body isn't something I'd like to have on a bad day like today, or any day for that matter, but it'll surely be predictable of him. And I like predictable. They're the kinds of people who are easy to deal with, no matter the situation. With them, there's no second guessing what they'll do. He shoots, I shoot, one of us dies, the other one walks away. Nothing complicated. Nothing requiring much brain power, just muscle memory and who's the better shooter. End of story. Yet here he is, dragging a deep breath in and sitting aside the only thing protecting him. I can easily shoot him his way, be done with the whole farce of the conversation. Instead, I find myself listening. A concession, for a person who in another life would have also become the person I am today, had his circumstances allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right. I need you to.
But alas.
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Except for the firearm law, whatever.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now, and you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
The meeting of two prideful blokes will never go well, whatever lifetime it is. I can laugh at his audacity, his lack of shame and fear, even facing the business end of my
You know
business.
what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
Yeah, I know. De-escalation is definitely not Ash's thing, I tell you that. The best truth I can offer, bro. Not many people who even have slighted me, in particular, live this long to see it.
You should be grateful. You're already gracious enough, allowing him to stand in your presence like this.
Guess that's what you get from a cop. Yeah, I can see it. I will also say, I know this ghost thing in the back is, it's supposed to be ghost and spooky and chilly, but it's like some kind of weird, like, fangirl commentator in the back. You know, if the ghost, it's like, if I was like a 14-year-old girl who really likes Luke, so it's like, he should be grateful. You're already gracious letting a character like Ash stand in your presence. But, maybe that's just me. Yes, especially when he has a lot to answer. Preferably right now, because as generous as I have been so far, my patience has its limits. My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing him by the collar and resting the cold muzzle of the eagle against his temple.
Luke, no!
That's a lot of updates, and I don't like that. Shomaru-sama. I'm gonna save, even though there's no point in saving right now.
Hey, now you two, I'm sure we can all talk about this first.
He'll end up a pretty smear on the wall this close.
This loud a lesson.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the second time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. Did the NCA send you to apprehend me? Or has somebody paid you off to kill me?
None of that makes sense. He just said he could have killed you 8 times or whatever shit.
Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
And he knows it. Of course he does. Hitman or not, he's been trained, judging purely from instincts. Not many bother to be as cautious as him. One glimpse at my handgun safety earlier is all it took for him to see I'm in business. Similar, too similar. We're too alike in so many little ways it's funny. Down to the fact that he doesn't even flinch, no matter how heavy the threats my words are. Even knowing how one flick of my finger on the trigger will be enough to end his sorry life. He should have caved in by now, started begging, like many of the others before him. Instead, he throws more vitriol, adding more kindling to a fire already burning.
I'm not with NCA.
That moment when someone thinks they're an action hero. It's a horror game, everyone's an action hero, thank you.
I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late.
I'm surprised. Okay, I can't. I'm gonna not do a lot of backseat commentary. I'm hoping until like the end of stuff. But like, why has no one mentioned the fucking ghost? If you just tell Luke there's a ghost in the house, he will probably be like, yo, y'all are fucking idiots, so on and so forth. But he also knows and has seen ghosty things. He's also lived in the house. Never. Okay. Let me play the scene. I'm very sorry. Very unprofessional. Okay, we got this.
If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
He's talking right now, Melissa. Ignoring it further that I can't help but return it to him with equal fervor. We don't need him. Oh, this is usually voiced. Okay, we don't need him, my love.
Why, you insolent!
We both decide to move in that moment. Both our bodies tensing, each of us racing to get ahead of the other. However, before we can get a head start, a voice unexpectedly rings above the chaos about to ensue.
Hannah?
Yes, this is what I last remember. Everything to like listen to us, he says shut up, I mean, it's true. But like, it's like, you know, he says like, he's like, you gotta listen to us, pause, and instead of saying like there's a ghost in the house, it's like, you gotta listen to us, pause, you fucking idiot. And I'm like, I get it, I agree. 100% I agree, but you can replace one of those I'm a fucking idiot to there's a ghost in the house or something. Too busy having a dick measuring contest to talk about ghosts. You know what? In a normal chat, that would be great, but here we are.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. What do you think you're doing out here this late?
I will say, actually, I think this face is less scary than this face. The woman just stands there is the one that I married. The love of my life. So why is it that the look she gives me makes me feel so revolted? Make it so that there's a general sense of wrongness in the way she smells at me.
Hannah! Oh, thank goodness, it's just you. Oh, you gave me quite the fright. We've been looking all over for you.
Saying this makes my tongue feel heavy. I'm so used to lying, to putting up on a face, but this just feels so wrong. It's such a small lie, yet a big one at that. To be afraid of the sight of my own wife for no apparent reason is illogical, yet her mere presence has been disturbing. From her very devoted and near-dependent nature, her obsession and possessiveness, and her strange way of speaking, something has been wrong with Hannah as of late. I don't want to admit it, but it's almost as if she's turned to another person overnight, and looking up at her only seems to solidify this. It's almost as if I can't recognize my own
Fetch
wife.
me. Whatever for, my prince.
Listen, your wife is scary, it's not only scary. I'm just saying, like, and, you know, I love people in general, especially my inevitable loved one. But if my inevitable loved one stands in this scene over in the middle of the darkness with just moonlight coming out of the window with a smirk like this, I would definitely be scared of them, even if I loved them unconditionally. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. From this light... Gaia, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, though I will say the circles are more prevalent here than here, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I haven't really measured Hannah's breasts at every scene, so I have no comment, but, I would believe you 100%.
Look, that doesn't matter right now.
As Luke said, it doesn't.
You need to get out of this house right now, alright? Stay in the penthouse for a while.
I have not been ready my entire life.
Leave our home? What if I wish to stay?
It's not safe here, darling. Now is not the time to explain. Just listen to me. Okay, Buttercup?
I'm gonna save, just in case. I have now saved. I hold out my hand to her in the hopes that she won't ask any more questions. I shove away the ill thoughts I have about her, about how this is not the wife I've married. People change, and now is not the time to have some sort of existential crisis about it. Our safety is priority right now, and I feel better about all of this as long as I can have her by my side. But she barely budges from her place atop the stairs, let alone take my hand. The way she looks at me sends chills down my spine.
Why should I? Is something the matter? What about you? Are you not coming with?
What was I supposed to say? Where'd she even start? Maybe just confess there's some crazy lady roaming around. I really like it if we just stayed safe.
You just need to leave for a while so I can let security sweep the place. And someone has to be there, yes? To supervise and all. That'll be my job, Buttercup.
Still, nothing. She doesn't move from where she stands, still with that amused grin on her face, as if this is some funny joke and she's the only one who can see the punchline. I will say, it's as if there's strangers in your house that are saying something's wrong. You know what? Sorry.
But I do not wish to leave. And you should not either. You've just arrived, my prince. This is your home. Our home. Would you really allow others to drive us away from it?
Be that as it may, it is dangerous here right now, and I'd rather have you safe than, I don't know, comfortable, or whatever argument you wish to bring up. This is ridiculous, Hana. We shouldn't be discussing this. You need to leave now. Let me handle things here, Buttercup.
I gotta read this. Although baffled and disturbed by Hana's odd behavior, Luke tried to urge Hana to leave. She flatly refused, and when Luke angrily insisted, it was then when the whole house shifted before his eyes. It is then her expression turns absolutely horrific, and everything turns to complete and utter shite. That is complete and utter shite. I can't disagree with that. I love this that because he's just having it out for her in front of the entire. Yeah, I know. I agree. Ooh, that you only meant well. Hana's body shudders and shakes, as if she's about to have a seizure, until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is slowly stained with ilky black, and her face melts into that of a woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. All that he is back the fuck up too. I mean, very reasonable, I feel. Along with it, the shifting of the very ground we stand on. It's a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang, as the darkness creeps to every corner of the room. The walls shudder and groan, blood drips from the ceiling, crawls down the walls, and stains the floor. It feels as if life itself is being sucked in the house, slowly but surely. The beauty of the place is gone, with only the dead, decaying remains of a mansion left in its wake. We don't have to wonder if it's the foyer that's becoming the nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of the thunder and lashing of the rain and the wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it's been replaced by a more grating sound. I know how to pronounce this word, but I'm suddenly blanking. The cacophony, I think that's it, cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere, echoing through the now horrid walls. Voices that neither belong to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
Thank you! I've heard it before. All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up in each of us. Cacophony. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Actually, I am quite proud, so thank you, everyone. Even Daisy, feisty when she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily while Steel and who's Steel? Is he Steel? Steel and Feathers stand protecting in front of the two. Afraid of them, I have to admit, to put themselves in front of the line like that, although it doesn't necessarily mean they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody! Anybody!
Where's the tip button? The tip button is this. Mwah.
Who are you? Stay away!
Is that loud for you guys? That's super loud for me.
No. Stay away! Stay away!
Their screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever. Ah, we're back home, boys. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more, I'm sorry. There. There was nothing but silence, her horrid smile and pale hands reach out to me, calling, beckoning, pleading. I'm terrified, I really am, like I should be. I really feel like Marianne could have definitely spruced it up a little bit, but who am I to judge? I have never been one to truly stay afraid. I have long lived that fear will never get me anywhere. Cowering in the corner doesn't keep me safe, and will not keep me alive, not like rage does. I've learned to use this burning hate inside of me to survive. What an anime line. There was no difference.
Stay away from me!
Why do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord.
Ooh, we endgame, boys.
Remember the blood we share? This is your home.
I don't understand the blood part.
Don't you remember? You promised to return, to stay. together with me, with us, with people no different from you.
Don't listen to her, she lies. I promised no such thing to anyone.
You won't, maybe. Ooh.
We bought this house weeks ago. How should I know what she's babbling about? I never even wanted to be here in the first place.
A terrible case of mistaken identity. That must be it. I'm quite sure of it. I don't know this woman, this monster. Why should I say that to anyone like her? In my entire lifetime, I've only made and kept promises to two mere people, Hannah Evans and Eleanor Chandler. Do I know this person? Is that his mom? No one else. The rest of those who claim I've promised anything to them, go fuck themselves. Bloody hell, I may enjoy the company of women, but I'm not an idiot to say spouting such nonsense to anybody. A line must be drawn, especially if I aim to keep myself alive. Yet she still goes on, insists, making me appear a liar from the
Of course you still deny it. Have you truly forgotten?
It's like, without a doubt, the fucking bougie ass thing to say. It wasn't me. Yeah. It is, I mean, blood on the walls. The first thing you say is identity theft, and not holy fuck, there's blood on the walls. To be fair, that is the most in-character thing Luke can say to Melissa.
You haven't changed, I see. Still a deceiver.
She's lying!
You see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes? Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
She would know she's known him longer than Hana. Ooh. The monster reaches out again, her hand a gory, abhorrent sight, along with that of a smile spread across her face. My body's already on instinct, suddenly back one step at a time in a desperate bide to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this foul creature. No matter what she says, I'm nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here. Not anymore. Nothing to keep tied to this place. With Hana beyond saving, no longer the woman I know, and the truck I'm likely taken by this woman, nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave, I can. My foot steps on something, sending me sliding on my back and flying on the floor. Inside me a paper, a familiar one flutters down. It's this thing again from the house, though it feels less like a gimmick and more like a threat with recent events. It must have fallen from one of those peasants in the commotion earlier. For a moment, they appear conflicted to see in my hands, but wisely keeps their opinion to themselves. Leaving the damn thing to simply bear its whistle message to everyone willing to see. Help me. Help me. Help me! Is this it? Is that what they've been telling us? Why everything in my life has gone to shite because of this stupid old letter? An invitation indeed. One I am not willing to accept. Not any time. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing any attention back to her. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she moves forward, that smile never leaving her. I won't give her the chance. I'm not dying here. I'm certainly not giving myself to a hideous creature like her either. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite panicking gasps and worried glances from Daisy's friends, I pay them no mind as I reach for the main door. With no warning, it slams open, revealing not the magic rounds I am expecting. Before my mind can even comprehend what's going on, black tendrils have already coiled tightly around my limbs, dragging every person before into the room. None of us even get to scream, and darkness quickly envelops us upon the doors closing.
Understand where your place is now, my love.
Ooh.
You belong here.
Ooh.
Is it so difficult to grasp? We've been waiting.
There's a moment of panic when the feeling of the tendrils around my limbs finally dissipate. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room, I'm on my feet. I'm reaching for my knife, holding it out, watching, waiting for my every movement. Using it as a way to put myself between me and these peasants. Who knows what to do now? We're all desperate to get out of this house. There's only 6 of us in the room, 4 of them friends of that. The men's already gone loon, crouched in a corner, muttering to herself, you can't really say anyone's safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I can't trust these people not to turn on me. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Despite the pleading looks Lily shoots my way while they huddle in the corner behind steel and feathers. A note of death. This is worse than those chain letters. A deathish note? I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all. It's never an excuse. Why even Hannah has her cunning, manipulative moments, though she does it much subtler than I. Why else would Lily show this letter to us that day if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now that she and her friends are also stuck here. So I have every right to be livid. Everything that I've built has fallen apart. All because these people came into our lives.
You! All of you! This is all your fault! If I've died to this bloody case, I'm taking you all down with me!
Yeah, that's very Luke thing to say.
Hey now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down. We're all in the same boat here.
You shut your mouth!
What a homie.
If it weren't for you, for this letter, for all of you, none of this would have happened! Hannah would still be...
Suddenly Daisy steps and slaps the knife away from my hand.
You dare, Luke! Don't you dare put that blame on us!
I'm sorry. This is a very serious moment. I'm just picturing Daisy going off and going off and just smacking his hand despite the tension's moment. Oh, also very hypocritical of her to say this line, but whatever. Sorry. Without batting an eye, glaring at me as if she might just rip my head off in this instant. It's like fucking, he has a knife, he's the fucking villain right now. She just walks up, slaps his hand, the knife is gone. Out of the equation. Said knife slides uselessly under the table out of my reach. I should have expected she's not the kind to submit under a threat. I love when the characters I hate use their personalities at each other. 100% agree. 1000% agree. Right now, all of us appear smaller, facing her anger.
Last I checked, we're the ones trying to do the saving here.
And what about your friend over there? Are you saying she is responsible for this mess? For the lives this sorting letter took? Dragging other people into her own problems just so she could save her little sorry self? You think I haven't seen that before?
I know I say this every stream and I gotta stop. Luke's voice actor is really fucking good.
Getting real tired of your double standards, Daisy!
You know this curse is an entirely different issue, Luke. Because, knowing you, I don't doubt that even without that blasted letter, you would have eventually...
Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this!
Hear Lily speak out loud. I can't say I'm not surprised. She's always given me the impression of someone so meek from the moment I met her, either from her inexperience or her station in life. Yeah, he's a good VA. She's never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent. If anything, that meltdown she had during the open house had only proven my assumptions. Till now. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting whatever scathing words we've yet to hurl at each other. The way she glares at me, it reminds me a little of the way my own mom would look at me. Particularly when I've done something wrong, but it's not a stare she's unused to showing. She's done this before, probably to a younger sibling. Huh. If only she sees us as a pair of squabbling kids, not two mature adults, well, that's only to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, there's only silence in the room. Steel, the big oaf, doesn't even dare break it. Neither does Feathers. With both merely watching us, bunch of wimps, these men. Not that it matters when Lily starts speaking again, after some of the anger and tension has lifted from the room.
Stop this, please! With or without that damn piece of paper, we...
A deep breath. An exhale. And then she closes her eyes, a crease forming between her eyebrows while she grips her hand tightly in front of her.
We still would have ended up in this mess.
The answer that descends into the room after that admission is anything but pleasant. Can I call it that? An admission? Yeah, he's calling Zach Steele, he's calling Ashton Feathers, he calls Marianne Mint, he calls Rebecca Pink, I think it was. Yeah, he's awful. He's so bad. He calls no one by their name except for Hannah. And he calls Isabella Lily. Seems like from the way her eyes nervously flick between her friends and I. She appears to know more than she lets on, and now that she makes herself appear smaller after dropping that bomb, it doesn't quite sit well with me. Patience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now, and bestowing upon other people. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because from the looks of it, even her friends have no idea what she's talking about. Unwilling to wait, I grab her arm before she retreats without explanation, waving the letter still in my hands in front of her.
Ow! Sir, you're hurting me!
Teary.
Hey, hands off her, right?
Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend, and she better have the answers.
That's a good. Oh, the delivery's so good.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy.
She struggles for a moment. My whole adventure forces her to look up to me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially when her eyes land on the damn paper. As much as I want to be considered right now, I want.
What do you mean, Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that. You know something.
Ow! Please, sir. I know the paper's useless, okay?
At the mention of the letter, all of a sudden, Min stands. I've almost forgotten she's here, her ramblings having faded away by the shouting. Without warning, she snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip there and there, but the way she glares at it, I think she may want to do exactly that.
We should have gotten rid of this thing! We should have burned it at the first opportunity we got! No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think...
You don't know what I've seen, Santos. There were children! Victims! All because they had no idea what this thing will do to them! Oh god, those poor souls! They were screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it. Even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. That letter has been with me since I picked it up. And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends. Or anyone.
I will also say, she has definitely showed it to more than 5 people, so...
Is that what the trip to BRC was for?
Yes, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet we're all here! Are you taking me for a fool, Lily?
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many has already seen this before you found it? This cursed thing has to go!
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I really don't know.
It's a sound argument.
Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else that...
This place.
Steele has been quiet this entire time, but the sound of him talking, however whispered it is, still managed to catch us all off guard. English hard. We all pause turning to him with likely the same questions in our eyes.
What?
I mean, I just remembered something a friend told me. You know, stuff about ghosts or curses.
Oh, God.
You probably don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you know.
No, it might be something. What about this place, Zach?
Still a moment where he hesitates, but Lily urging eventually spurs him into speaking.
Remember what I told you the last time you and Ash visited? A few days ago?
Yeah, of course now at this moment he wouldn't.
You mean what Andrew told you? Those were just stories, Zach. It might not even help.
Regardless, Steele pauses while he allows Lily to remember. Soon enough, whether it's dawns on her or her face lights up with something like hope. Of all things in this nightmare, hope? Her head snaps up and she reaches for Steele's arm to give it a squeeze. Reassurance or a confirmation, the meaning is lost even to Daisy, who glances at them baffled.
Belle, what are you...
Becca, it's this place.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value.
I don't know if that's the good answer right now, honey. Oh, I love you, but...
What? No? We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this!
Thank you, God.
Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
The delivery is great, even if I don't agree with it.
It's not only that. Think about it.
Then they proceed to tell us some ridiculous narrative about the supernatural. Stories about ghosts, legends, curses born out of great anger and pain, and whatever else people use to scare children. Yeah, I know. I just want to hear it again, I'm sorry. I know we're short on time, but...
Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
The arsonist is so good! Oh my god! I'm so proud! I might actually listen to more this voice actor has. It's really good. Not that I believe any of it, as if knowing will help. Bunch of loons, these people, officially off their rockers. I think I've been stuck in this nightmare with people like them. What did I ever do to the world? Of course, it's all absurd.
I think it's just like what the professor guy said. Just like that old story. This mansion, And some other thing might be keeping her here. You know, something he wanted in life, but never got to have. Something like that.
Or maybe it's not something, Zachary.
Someone? The one doesn't have to be uttered out loud. There's only one person in this room who that woman calls after. Every single one of them has heard it. Bloody hell, it's the reluctant shift in Daisy's eyes when they flicker over to me, though only briefly. She's also holding information on her own, but perhaps a realization just had. Doesn't matter. I know what in people who are slowly starting to turn on me. How do they think I've lasted in this cutthroat world? Betray them before they do the same to you. Put a knife in their back before they can act. Kill or be killed. Survival in a nutshell. What now, are they gonna throw me at the creature? See that happen to save themselves? I am not a fool.
No. You're all in on this, aren't you? Of course! Of fucking course!
Luke, that isn't what I...
Are you all going to stoop that low?
It's nothing like that, Ash. All we're saying is that maybe he might be able to do something about this.
Drop it, you guys. We're not leaving anyone here.
Just like that, their bickering begins anew. Bloody peasants. My head's already aching just listening to them. I think this is all the solution they can come up with. I should have just stabbed all of them and made a run for it. Doesn't help that with each second we spent talking, the crazier this whole place gets. Voices become louder and somehow sounds more vicious. If the things in this room start floating, mark my words, I will fucking flip out. And they may not be thinking it right now, but eventually they'll turn on me. Such is the nature of humans. Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible. I want to stay alive. Fuck, I still have so much to do. None of our choices seem sound, but who knows? We don't understand a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, right? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make that bloody decision, so be it. Less room for errors with the only sane one doing the thinking. On the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. I decided to... Ooh, big decision! Big decision time! Okay, what do you guys think? I'm probably gonna go with what I think regardless. But I'm very curious what the audience thinks. We don't need no water, let the mother burn. Burn, mother, mama, burn. The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. Okay, let me, I know the screaming is not probably helping a lot of people, but I'm just so curious what other people want. I gotta burn the house. I want him to burn the mansion, but I feel Luke's choice would be to burn the letter because he spent so much on it. I mean, it makes sense to mansion, but I don't feel... It's definitely not... Hi Zeph, long time no see. It's also definitely not what Luke would do. I agree with you, but I think burning the mansion is also the right choice. So I'm gonna click burn the mansion, because it's the first run. Burn the letter, those bloody stains will come out. Ooh. Sorry, I'm still gonna go burn the house. I am curious on either one though, but we'll see. I'm gonna regret this, I will. But with those cries going louder, this has become the easiest decision I've ever made. I will also say this is probably the choice where like everyone gets burned except for Luke, and I made a huge regret, but... You know what? Shrug. I made the choice. I'm getting tired of hearing her sobbing, really. It's just irritating. Isn't she getting tired of it? Besides, someone has to act fast, think fast. What else is the root cause of her problems and this place where the letter was found? No need to make things more complicated. It started here, why won't it end here? If what Lily said is true, that makes all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness before someone thinks of putting this blasted place out in the market. When I get out of this place, I swear I'm suing a bunch of people. When this stake company to the ground if need be. We spent millions, damn it. Millions. With a sigh and perhaps a heavy heart, I opened one of the drawers of my study table. Opening a bottle of liquor outside of myself, then passing it to every occupant in the room. They accepted, but without a look of protest or confusing glance my way. It does shut them off, so maybe I've done something good. Even more, I pop the cork of the bottle off and pour its contents on the floor.
Well, what are you simpletons waiting for?
With no time to waste, I was in the room, the smell of alcohol filling the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they're more eager to set this place on fire. And the blaze catches easily in the room where I set it alight, using the blast of paper as kindling. Ooh. I think Hana is super ripped regardless of what happens. I think as soon as Hana got possessed, it was like, goodbye, Hana. The whole place drenched with wine and all madness of alcoholic I've been hiding from Hana. The small fire turns into an inferno. In a matter of seconds, we're out the door. Doesn't exactly lead where I'm hoping it will. Although ending in the kitchen does give us more reason to play like a bunch of pyromaniacs. Fishing liquors outside the cupboards, we also do this thing that we've done to study. You made it to the conclusion, what up? Door after door in every room we pass, pouring bottle after bottle of expensive aged liquor, setting everything on fire, only leaving when the blaze started in earnest. When we fill out the liquor, we simply drop the bottle and take one of the many nooks I've stashed one. There's no lack of it here, the hard stuff, the shorts, the watered down kind. Guests from distant relatives, friends, so-called friends, you name it. I've made sure there's always one in
How many of these things do you keep in this house?
I always have a few bottles in the bedroom, you know, the parlor, and the dining room.
You have problems, man.
Well, isn't this the time to discuss them?
Han has called me out numerous times before telling me the same thing. I always told her she doesn't know the half of it before completely dismissing her concerns. Worry word that woman. Turns out it'll be useful right now. Not to drown out my sorrows, but with this. Wonder of wonders, though I suppose I can say it's also saved my life. I know, like, Ash, I don't like Luke either, but I don't know if now is the time. It's no time for some introspection now. Because with each room we pass and burn, the place has become easier to navigate. As if it's slowly righting itself, returning to what it's supposed to be. Soon we eventually find ourselves standing behind the main door. The strong odor of burning wood, cloth, and varnish alike wafts from under the doors of the rooms we previously torched, slowly filling the halls with a thick black smoke. The blazes have started in earnest in every part of the house, and I can feel the heat seeping from the rooms I set aflame. Hannah's super possessed, so it's likely she dies, but so far no one has died. In a matter of minutes, flames will engulf the whole house. Fitting that is when she appears right again before us, watching us from the moment of the stairs while her world goes up in flames around her. However, she catches my eyes with that expression on her face. Not the foul smile I've grown accustomed to, but the one of where her eyes gleam with complete hatred. This one? Forlorn is the one word I can use to describe it.
Oh, please, help me, please.
Can the dead still feel? Can she hear us? Or is that merely another one of her tricks to trap us into this nightmare? Like this, however, she seems almost like the woman she used to be. I have to remind herself she is no longer Hana. The woman I love is gone, and where she stands before me is nothing but a pale imitation of who she used to be. And I was anytime pondering over it, not with the exit when a few steps away. The door is finally open, though, and I catch a glimpse of the world outside. Safety. However, I do turn, if only to see the last of her. A farewell more than anything. And of her attempts to lure me, draw me in, or her wishes to be with me, she does not stop me when I finally run from this horrid place. Quietly, she disappears. Light it up, boys! Watching a multi-million-dollar house burn before me, for some reason, nothing about this bothers me. Maybe this one's last look of her face has changed it. Maybe it's what I've seen and heard inside it. There's only a calm and stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside, and with it the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly, the sky begins to lighten before my eyes, darkness giving way to the warm morning hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxborn's countryside. Nearby, the trees swaying and rustle under the breeze, a passing draft that carries even into this room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of a storm that has just passed. In this, I can see the soft chirping of birds while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. They have gorgeous weather effects, but this is the fire. I mean, I think it's not the greatest, but I don't think it's that bad. It's not the greatest though. Dawn at last. We are free. Ooh, epilogue. Yes, I do remember the water from the fountain. That was hype. Like the flames that engulfed the mansion that whisper. It was better than the fire, I'll give you that. The flames that engulfed the mansion that night, whispers quickly spread across Luxborn City after the incident. Officers who investigated simply deemed it an unfortunate accident resulting in the deaths of innocent lives. As far as the truth, Luke Wright files criminal charges against Briar Realty Corporation after, for undisclosed reasons to the public, forcing the latter to declare bankruptcy. A move that merely shocked the rumors further. But for those who believe in the stories of the old and those who know the truth, it is but a testament of the curse and secrets Ermengarde Mansion has hidden for centuries. If there will come a time, those will finally be revealed, only the ashes of the now ruined mansion know. However, on nights that the wind howls and thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices where it once stood, of cries and wails that fill the nights and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who once tread its halls, Although Luke Wright has won his legal battle with Briar Realty Corporation, another tech leak places him and Wright Enterprises under the spotlight months later. This time, however, with the then Chief Inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. In an investigation headed by LPD's Detective Inspector Ashton Frey, all of Wright Enterprises' illegal business dealings within the last 10 years come to light. Although his involvement with other crimes are still being investigated, the disclosure has caused a huge outcry, especially from the city's business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Meanwhile, to avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All of his bank accounts have been empty, including his leftover apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man has been on a flight bound for Ireland. To this day, no one has heard from him, even his people from the old Wright Enterprise, who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. Though over the past few months after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of finding him fitting in and out of the city. If only to check on those who he has left behind. Months after her recovery, Miriam McAuliffe heads back to her homeland, ready to close a chapter of a past she has left hanging for so long. There she visits Lorraine's grave, asking for forgiveness from the girl she once loved, something she has intentionally avoided for years. In spite of this, a different regret still clings to her, one that has been left by what she has witnessed inside the Ermengarde mansion. She never returns to Luxborn after, leaving her interior design company in the hands of her secretary instead. But with her absence, the business eventually declines, until they are forced to shut it. Unexpectedly, she turns to music years later, hoping it'll drown out the voices and gruesome memories still linger in her head. This is a very... Oh, there's more. By some stroke of luck, or an unfortunate... What the hell? No! I worked so hard not to get this ending, which I didn't know was an option. What? Do they like each other? Oh, I guess they do kind of like each other. Oh, past Josh, why did you do this to me? This is the worst ending! We should have had Hannah live! I'm so sad! Oh no! Oh no, we definitely would not have gotten Daisy. We did almost every bad option with Rebecca. Oh, Marianne! Why did I go so wrong? I swear we made fun of Luke in every Marianne turn. What happened? What happened? I'm nearly positive if we just let Hannah live, Hannah and Marianne would have gotten together, which is still not cool for me, but would have been better than Luke. Every decision I've made has been bad. I'm so sad. By some stroke of luck or unfortunate circumstance of fate, Marianne encounters Luke Wright again almost a year after she returned home. She meets the man in the local marketplace, newly settled, fumbling, and confused. Although her fate remains ambivalent, at best she reluctantly offers hope, especially after seeing him stumble on his Gallic more times than she deemed acceptable. It becomes a start. He's still alcoholic. Not a close friendship by any means, perhaps something akin to it. On better days, when vitriol and scathing words don't get in the way, there's only the pleasant companionship one offers to the other. Casual visits to the other's home, sharing a bottle of wine or two, simply talking about anything under the sun. A comfort after their mutual loss. Something they eventually both learn to appreciate with time. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. At least they don't get together. I'm okay with French, you know, fucking... In a perfect scenario, they wouldn't interact after, but I can... At least they're not a pair. At least they're not a pair. I mean, yeah, Gaia, I agree. I'm with it, don't get me wrong, if I had the choice. Gonna go back. Oh, thanks for joining us till the end. This has been hella lit, and thanks for joining us the entire experience, and same to everybody. Big thanks to everyone for being this very long-ass game. Hope you enjoy work. So they got also try. Yeah, I also think this game ended a little bit faster than expected, but I'll go over my thoughts at the end of this. But once again, thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, I thought we'd at least see some like one final horror thing too, but once again, I'll explain my full thoughts at the end. But thanks for joining, enjoy work, and I hope to see you again soon, Melissa. Mwah. Okay, anyways. With help from friends and family. Oh, that's why he's called Steele. Zachary Steele is soon able to open a photograph company of his own, something he's only dreamed of having as a child. Although he still hopes to get back to making indie films someday, client work and small projects has kept him mostly busy. Hectic as it may be, he can only be glad for the amount of work pouring in. It has made moving on from the incident in the murdered mansion easier, if not faster. But while there are still nightmares, with support of his family, doctor, and his own drive, the dark images have finally turned to pleasant dreams. He's aware he won't truly ever forget, but he's no longer running away. At times when he's not busy nor after a hard day's work, he thinks there's another story for the big screen to be told in bed. Idea may have turned into reality once his time affords it. That was a good ending! I fucks with it. Okay, in the months that follow, Rebecca Gales becomes a prominent researcher within Luxembourg's major academic circles, especially after writing what she discovered about Ansel Village and Ermengarde Mansion. With help from Professor Andrew Clark, she's able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at local and international symposiums. Now at the tail end of her current study, she hopes to publish her first book, correcting all inaccuracies about the city's current history. A move supported by her colleagues, friends, and students alike. Fuck Rebecca. I like to point out she has technically profited out of their misery. I know that's not actually true in a harsh way of looking at it, but let me hate correctly. Though she still knows there's still a long way to go before she can begin to change people's minds about it. Professor Clark has warned her as much as she perseveres. Doing it not for herself, but for the sake of history, the future generation must never forget. Whoa, what? There's no way. I would have a panic attack. I'm so scared. No matter how disturbing her experience with the curse may have been, she remains the warrior she's always been. Even after she continues to fret over people she cares about, something much to their frustration or embarrassment. If there's one thing she's shifted, it's her relationship with the people in their lives, especially with Zachary Steele. In fact, on numerous occasions, she has been dropping into his new studio, bringing the man food on days he's been swamped with work. They all seem to have grown more comfortable with each other. Okay, as long as it's friendship, it's fine. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience. Or maybe the way they see each other simply changed naturally due to the years they've known each other. Regardless of the way, it's a change the man welcomes and appreciates. In turn, he strives to return her kind gesture wherever he can. For all the horrors they've seen, who would have thought something good would come out of it? Okay, it was just friendship, it's fine. Oh, it's fine, it's just friendship. They're just homies. That's a natural thing that happens when you hang out with people after a certain amount of time. It's fine. It's all cool. Gucci. It's fine. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience, more like maybe it's born out of their shared experience. Things have inevitably become strained between Ashton Frey and Rebecca Bales in the months following her confession and the man's inevitable rejection. With their new work and lives getting busy, the two have eventually drifted apart. Though neither talks about it, the teacher still strives to feed an old flame. It's clear in Rebecca that there are still lingering feelings of bitterness left. If anything, however, this has only made it obvious how much has changed between them. How much she has clung to the idea of Ashton from the early days, the one that may have not been there in the first place. The only idea of a starry-eyed young girl. But if there'd be a time she will be able to accept this, to move on from the hurt and repair an old friendship that's fallen to ruin, only she knows. I would like to point out, she is super mad at Ashton for rejecting her, as if he can't, have a preference or, just is interested, so he's a fucking asshole, apparently. With her newfound courage, Isabella Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants of herself. Damn. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for a few years, and with this blessing, she quits her job at Briar Realty Corporation, which is good because it went bankrupt, and takes the scholarship offer from the local university. Though remarkably out of practice and unsure if she's able to keep up from the time she returns to the university, she finds her feet soon enough with the help from people close to her. And with her confidence, her skills growing, and so the number of people recognize her and her work. And her fruit art stormed through the galleries. Yeah, fruit! Fuck yeah! It doesn't take long for several award-giving bodies to take notice of her. For all her accomplishments, however, she never truly forgot what happened at the Ermengarde Mansion. The images still remain in her head, and on particularly unpleasant nights, terrors continue to visit her dreams. She knows those won't disappear in her life, and becomes a part of her the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid, and with a brave face she carries on, eventually earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint brighter, more vivid thoughts on her canvas. An honest portrayal of life and hope amidst the fear. I like how she saw the horrors of the ghost tell him, like, I'm draw fruit. Honestly, I would probably be the same if I could draw. Shortly after accepting the scholarship grant from Luxembourg University, Isabella moves from Samuel residence in favor of staying in a dorm close to her campus. Although Rebecca is quick to offer assistance for the move, she does admit she will be missing her neighbor of more than 5 years. When all is said and done, she has become fond of the girl over the years, and with their shared experience with the curse, they've only grown closer. Isabella leaves with a promise to visit every once in a while, and although she still jokingly complains about Rebecca's bossy attitude, she confesses she also misses a woman's fussing. After all, in a place miles away from her real family, Isabella is the closest thing she has to a sister. Ooh. More than a year later, once everything in their respective lives is settled, Zachary Steele and Isabella Santos finally hold their first exhibit together. Aww! We've never seen her look that friendly for the... Yeah, I know, right? 1000% agree. I actually really like post-look Isabella, by the way. I feel like Zachary lost a lot of weight, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I know the pictures, like, in this perspective are often different from the pictures of the fucking normal art, so... Anyways, a project that has been in the making for almost 2 years after the photographer casually brought it all to the other artist. While merely a small event, it has been surprisingly attended by several members of Luxembourg upper class and art enthusiasts. Although only a few of the pieces have been meant for sale, the show has brought prominence to Zachary and Isabella's name to the city's art scene. Yeah, he definitely looks slimmer. And once again, like, I know a certain amount of time has passed, so maybe he lost weight, or maybe something else. I'm not judging it, I'm just saying he just looks slimmer, so... Def agreed. It has since been followed by several other exhibits by the two, both in and out of the city. I actually really like her hair now, though. Maybe it's just me. Currently, they are planning to hold their first show overseas. Yet, even with this unexpected, overwhelming fame, friendship between the two has remained strong. This, after all, is a bond that goes beyond being a mere part of a small project. He's her family as much as she is his. That's cute. Following success in bringing the Luxembourg firm case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation to transfer Luxembourg's lead agency against organized crimes. An endorsement eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor to the late Chief Inspector Lee Abigail Harris. Knowing he'll need more resources, leeway, and a bigger chance at ultimately bringing Luke right to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still warns the people close to him against the rights and his associate, but only a friendly reminder now more than anything. Although he does worry, he believes they are wise enough to know what they are doing and trusts their judgment. For now, he has decided to leave the evidence and the law to speak for itself and take care of the man once the proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operations leave him busy, sometimes taking him away from the city he once grew up for days on end. A rare thing for him to join once upon a time, yet this time he never loses his drive, simply growing more determined after finally found a clear purpose to the rush and the excitement he once dreamt of as a child. Though Ashton still keeps mum about specific details of his work, his experience with the curse has slowly taught him how to open up, especially to those who he knows generally care for him. Excuse me. He still has a long way to go, he knows, but for the sake of the people who are still with him, those who have chosen to stay. He hopes that there will come a day where he no longer has to hide behind his own lies. A day where he's no longer afraid of facing the truth in his own words. On his days off, Ashton has been seen loitering around Zachary Steele's studio, either to help him out with one of his pet projects or spasming the man on purpose. I don't know if I like or hate Ashton's new look. Part of me really likes him, part of me feels like it's really fucking boring. It's between the two thoughts. Either or, it's mostly the latter. At certain times, he'll volunteer to model for one of Zachary's projects in spite of the photographer's reassurance that it's not needed. Regardless, Ashton insists before complaining about how meticulous the whole process is hours later, to Zach's utter amusement. Though sometimes they may get into small trivial arguments, things have stayed cordial between the two. If anything, the ordeal has both gone through has merely strengthened the friendship the detective could expect to find in anyone. Though the lingering trauma and the messy attempts at normalcy has taken a few months of awkwardness is finally left for both Ashton Frey and Isabella Santos. Of several weeks trying to find their voice and remembering how to act around each other despite enduring affections. But once the unease fades, there's only their usual banter and report to fall back on, the casual talk and friendly judgments. And for both of them, it's easy, like breathing, like coming home after another journey. A comfort in spite of the things that they have gone through. This really hurts to read. Their days may be filled with petty arguments and light teasing, but the afterwards, when all said and done, something constant has already been forged between the two of them. A quiet, steady thing that can both hold on to as long as they can carry on. Oh, that hurts so bad. Great, that was a cool game. Fuck yeah. Isabella and Ashton are friends. Ashton and Zach are tighter homies than before. I feel like we got like the most generic-y ending. So I don't feel like we got a bad ending because no one died. Except for Hannah. The song slaps, by the way. It's like the only good ending to get, the Ashton Zach, yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, we got two close bonds, I feel. You've seen the true ending? Is it good or is it bad? This is the Marianne song, if I recall correctly. I am very sad at what we got for Marianne, though. I feel like we got the bad ending just by that alone. So, main thoughts. I thought this game was really cool. Spoil for you later. Spoil for us. Oh, got it. The true ending is the best one? How do you get the true ending? We've seen the true ending too. This game slaps. The ending is very middle of the road, but genuine. Oh, does everyone know the true ending but me? Oh, damn. Oh, Luke dying. Yeah, Luke dying would make sense. Like, I feel like to get the true ending, more people had to have died, maybe? I don't know. Ah, he has to die for the good ending. Gotcha. How do you get the true ending? Did they do, like... Did I have to get higher settings or get more correct choices or something? No, I meant the one you got is middle of the road. Yeah, I definitely think we got a middle of the roadie, because nothing really, like... You know, everyone lives their lives at the end of it. So yeah, just FYI, so this is definitely the last thing I do with the letter. I'm probably not doing all the endings or anything like that. So I do implore you guys to play the game if you want to see the true ending. Advertisement. Or, you know, watch a playthrough or whatever. Whatever's easier for you. I'm not here to judge or complain. I think the game is cool either way you do it. There are two ghosts. I do remember something like that, I think. Because didn't we see a woman over the other woman and there was like blood and shit? We saw it for like a brief moment. Awesome, yeah. And once again, I actually like the fact I get true ending, so it gives incentive for people to buy it and play it. Hell yeah. Especially if you haven't joined every stream, because you can see a lot of moments. A lot of moments aren't repeats for you then, which is really cool. Hakudo is the easy one we all know about. Yeah, that makes sense. She's also Charlotte Remmergard. She's the portrait blonde woman. Yeah, that makes sense too. Because I think we see Charlotte Ermengarde in the blood, whatever shit. And Charlotte Ermengarde, is she the, she's the lady of the house, and Takano is the maid, I think? And she thinks Luke is the portrait. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, once again, I'm not saying people should buy everything. Watch a playthrough if it's easier for you, or even just look up, you know, like a read the whatever. I think the game's cool, though, is all I'm trying to say. The letter was an absolute amazing project to be part of. I got to work with some really talented people and made some new friends both in the US and the Philippines. A big thank you to these people. You guys are a blast. This is a cute letter. I wish I'm reading it. Charlotte tortured, raped, and killed Takano. I did not expect to read that line. Takano haunted her to suicide when she wrote the letter. Ah. I definitely did not realize that. I might do some reading up at the end of this. Or play it myself. Cool. Oh, hold on, there's more. Let me give it a click.
Teal? Where are you, Teal?
Oh, I'm gonna get fucked, aren't I?
Teal? Please? She's here! She's still here, Teal!
Is Hannah still alive, or is this the ghost? You know what? I'm still cool with this idea. You know, I fucks with that. You know, that's cool with me. Fuck yeah. If anyone asks, this is all in jest, I swear. If you're reading this, that means you finished playing the game in one way or another, and we thank you for the time you spent playing the letter. This game is a passion project more than anything, and we surely hope we'll deliver and bring you a one-of-a-kind visual novel experience. The letter is the first of many visual novels coming from us. If you liked what we did with this game, we would like to support us. Please take a time to click on the button below. You know what? Fuck yeah, let's click on this shit. Oh, it's a Patreon. So this is what the button click led to. I will fully admit I did not expect a sexy content little tab over here. And I know there is a lot of ecchi stuff in the letter, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't like highly, but no, I agree with you 1000%. I am just in jest for sure. This is cute. I know this is tacky and in poor taste, but when I'm done watching this show, I want to start streaming Call of Cthulhu on Twitch. You guys should watch Harry once I'm done with this, for sure. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not big enough to fucking wham bam thank you ma'am. I'll try to join for a little bit. I do have to do laundry and shit after, but definitely will at least say hi. Yeah, plug in your Twitch here, Harry, while you can. That rocket looks sus. What rocket? This one. That's funny. 100%. I like this game. I will probably try Perfect Gold when it's on sale, even though it's definitely not a horror game. It's just a good old-fashioned girl-loving girl game. Anyways, my thoughts on the letter. It was good. It was very good. Some things I didn't like, but I'm not sure if it's better explained in other walkthroughs or playthroughs or something like that. I also thought it was not as scary. Like, I thought it was scary at the beginning more than the end, which you think would be reversed for this game, but que sera, sera. No spook month. October will be spooky month for sure. Is that bait from Pokemon? What? Honey? This? I don't think she's Pokemon. I don't think any of those are Pokemon, sadly. Cute. Oh, this girl. Yeah. I can see the resemblance for sure. She looks like a lot of generic anime girls. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly look at this gallery thing. Ooh, that's a lot of variants. A lot of variants. Cool. Variant 4. Friendship bad. Ooh, I love it. Friendship good. Ooh, I love it. Except for this one, I don't love that. Individual bad. Perfect. Less perfect. Individual good. Makes less sense. Cool. Also, it's not as scary due to make good choices. Like, if they made bad... Maybe. Like, I feel like if I made bad choices, people would die, and by nature, that is scarier. But I don't know if I like that form of writing, you know, per se. Like, I feel like me not wanting people to die is more scary than the actual action of death. Like, when I play a horror game, I'm desperately trying to stay alive. Because when the moment of death actually happens, it's not as scary as the fleeting to remain alive. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, there are different genres of games. So, you know, visual novel versus RPG horror, something like that. Totally different, so... You know, not as fully applicable, but yeah, you get it. Cool. Lots of friendship, no romance. My life in a nutshell, Leslie. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, I like the letter a lot. I'm very grateful for everyone who joined, by the way. This was a super long game. I think I played it for like 3 months, maybe 4 months. And I'm not sure if I'll play another game this long for a long time. Like, probably not for, like, at least a year. But I truly enjoyed everything about it. Like, a lot of people were constantly in chat. Some people were here for the beginning, some parts in the middle, some parts at the end. Some people were only here for one stream. Truly grateful for all experiences. I got a lot more people to view. Like, I think I started this adventure at, like, 3 viewers a stream, and now we're at, like, fucking 7 to 10. Big thanks for that. I really hope you guys enjoyed the letter. I think the letter was really cool. We should all play Among Us as a... Yes, I would love to play Among Us. I know nothing about it. I've been trying to avoid everything I can because I think that game looks so cool to play. If you ever make a session, let me know. I will definitely join. Enjoyed watching? Oh, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate it. I enjoyed having you in the chat. Big thanks. The stream was a good game. I definitely agree so too. Not my favorite horror visual novel still. That's still Doki Doki Literature Club, but it was very fucking good. It's online werewolf. Yes. And you know me, I love me some werewolf. Yeah, the letter was really good. I do like it a lot. I will not do the other letter stuff on my free time. I will click on that thing you guys told me not to click on, though. I've been curious about that for, like, forever. So let me do that really fast. Doesn't matter which one I click. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Let me click this. Let me save real fast, just in case. And let me click branching tree. Ooh! This is cool. We only did 7% of Luke's route. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty fucking neat. Bella's. Ooh, Gabe. Well, I think we got that once before. I assume, like, in these are some kind of, like, death rat or something. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And then we got Possessed Hannah route. Cool. This is rad F. I am so glad you guys told me not to click on this before, too, because I think this would have definitely spoiled a little bit. So, good call, everyone. But yeah, so if you guys are not part of the Facebook, please join the little page I have. I'll probably advertise it at the beginning of October. Maybe next week, considering we beat this game earlier than I expected. Beginning of October will be horror week or horror month for me, so I'm gonna play a different game every month. And if you guys like a specific game, I may play it in November. Those 4 games are Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, Yuppie Psycho, sorry I blanked for a second, Dreaming Mary, and Cat in the Box, I think it is. I may replace Dreaming Mary. Dreaming Mary is like a filler game right now, because this is one game that I really want, but it's supposed to come out in October. I don't know when. So I won't say what it is until I confirm it, because otherwise I'll keep it a surprise for later. But I've heard many good things about Dreaming Mary too. I know a lot about it. It's the only reason I don't want to play it, but I'm very excited. Yes. Next stream was supposed to be the end of the letter. I don't know if I should play something else or if we should have break time. Not in the sense where I won't stream, but in the sense where, you know, we played a lot of, like, really, like, you know, 1 hour horror games, and I had a lot of fucking shit posting and shit. It was a lot of fun. I'll probably post about that in the Facebook, so if you're interested in giving your feedback on that, please let me know. I'll probably post it sometime tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll just find something to do, and you guys will have to deal with it. But, well, I do want some feedback, but otherwise, I am happy to choose whatever I wish. Play the best horror Chinese parent. Oh, I love Chinese parents. It was such a good time. I might go back to it sometime. Please, more bad. Oh, you love the bad horror games. I hate the bad horror games, which means you guys love the bad horror games. Fuck yeah, I might do that. I might just find a lot of 1 hour horror games. If you guys have any horror game recommendations that are normally too short to stream, then give it to me. Shitpost night? Yeah, I might be down with shitpost night. I love seeing me suffer. You guys love seeing me suffer? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, you know what? You guys might have pissed me. We might not even do the poll. I like shitpost night. I'll find some shitty games. Maybe we'll play Home Alone 2. Home Alone 1 still gives me fucking nightmares for the wrong reasons. And, you know, it'll be a chill time where I just scream, you guys laugh. It'll be great. I'll scream for the wrong reasons. Same rules as you like. Chinese. You know, I would love to do Chinese buffet pizza. I'll play that game in my mouth every day. Yeah, I'm a huge sadomaso in that way. Home Alone 2. Yeah, I'll probably just post a list on Facebook to see what you guys want to play. And if you have any recommendations, shoot them my way. As long as they're not long, I'll give them a look for sure. I know there's another Animal Crossing horror game, but I probably won't play that one because that one is like actually looks terrible and not in the good way. I'll find some stuff. You know, leave it to me. Leave it to your boy to find you some shitty ass games. Fuck yeah. Do an open poll. Yeah, I'm gonna post like probably like a lot of things, like 5-10 things. You guys post some stuff. We'll poll it around. We'll do likes and loves and all that shit, and we'll figure it out that way. So if you want to be in on this action, join the Facebook group. Slide for San dash Joshua something something horror game something hates his life. I forget exactly what it is. Someone can be open poll. Yeah. I'll do that. I will do that first thing after this probably. So please join. Yeah, I really should. I should do a lot of things. If I remember, I will definitely do it. Usually right after I stream, I just like forget everything. I do like fucking chores or cook dinner for tomorrow. You know, adult dumb stuff. But yeah. Gotta go into the more social media. Yeah, I know. What's it? I'm just here to play games with my homies over here. We're not about getting big, but you know what? Maybe I should make more an effort to at least be more enjoyable to the public at home. But things no, yeah. So next week we will definitely do shitpost night. Then the week after that we have the schedule. You know, whatever. I can self-improve. I'll show you. Snap, snap. But yeah, that is the schedule for the bit, and then we'll talk about November when we get closer to talking about November. That's it for the letter from me. Unless you guys have anything to want to ask me or something like that, I think we're gonna call it a stream. I thought this was gonna be like a 6-hour night session where we play 3 tonight and 3 next time, but apparently not. And you know what? That's fine with me. I feel a little bit bad because I ended the last stream kind of early, and now we're ending this stream kind of early, so, oops. But shitpost stream will be, I will guarantee play to at least 10 p.m. Mark my words. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream hopefully in a good way. I will most likely scream in a bad way. Get your popcorn. Get your drink. It'll be a good time. But until then, I'm your boy. I'm signing out. Hit me up on the Facebook, and I hope you guys have a good night. Until then, peace out, everyone.